Hey, gang. It's time for another Under the Cull of MS podcast episode, our weekly podcast where we talk about whatever the heck I can think of. Usually not too much comic related stuff other than TV shows, movies, games, maybe, or something like that. Uh, Before we get started, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Only takes a second. You could have done it by now. Hit the little bell, put it on if you want notifications every time I put something out, because now I'm doing daily comic book reviews. Trying to put out at least one a day. It's just not with the algorithm. Every time you put something new out, everything old gets pushed back and people don't see that stuff. And it's hard to get YouTube to work where I could just put out video after video after video of all kinds of stuff, because I have unboxing videos piled up. I got single comic book reviews. I'm just trying to find a way to make it simpler, easier for everybody to see this stuff, so I actually get views instead of putting stuff out and getting 3 to 5 views and then it just sits there once I put the next video up. So yeah, trying to do that right now. And we are sticking with our Thursday Under the Cull of MS random talk podcast episodes, and I think it'll be one more week before we start doing the comic book, reading comic books with coffee episodes. Ooh, that's a little hot. That's good. I won't be sipping coffee, I guess, on this episode. Irritating everybody. But it's good for you to take a swig of something once in a while. Clean out those pipes. Yeah, those are only 3 shows that I'm focusing on at the moment. The rest of this stuff is just all random things I'll be putting out whenever. Probably tomorrow or this weekend. I will be putting out the previews episodes from January. We got that shrunk down to just 2 episodes now. One with the small catalog, one with the big catalog. Instead of having 5 to 8 different segments of it, I'm going to crunch it together. Yeah, the big catalog is going to be a good hour and a half, 2 hours every month to go through that. And then the other ones are still, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much new stuff they have. But you can always play it while you're driving in the background. Just listen to it and see if you hear of anything that catches your ear that you want to buy in the next couple months. Most of these things will be coming out in March that we'll be talking about this week. But yeah. So other than that, Cinemax. Well, let's check out some food. It's something new I'm gonna do. I don't know why I haven't done it. I think I've done a couple things in the past, but I do get a lot of different things that are weird that we try out and stuff. So I figure, what the heck? Why not start talking about it? The wife's sister sent us a little care package from Montana, and we got these Wild West bear claws. I love the picture on it. The picture's awesome. The product, it's not terrible. Organic oat milk chocolate nut clusters, huckleberry and cashew, and they're only 80 calories a piece, so they're not bad if you want chocolate. But they got to be using I'm guessing at least 70% cacao on this. But there's the packaging, just destroyed for the little chocolate. And what you get is a little bear claw shaped chocolate. It's got cashews in it. And it's basically a dark chocolate flavor with a definite huckleberry flavor to it. But the cashews are like little cruncher, well, not even crunchers, little hard pieces that are in there, but don't give you any flavor. I don't get no real cashew flavor out of it. Here's to the flavor foragers and the sweet seekers, to the huckleberry hunters, the oat milk explorers, and those on a quest for cacao. These organic bear claws are everything you've been searching for. The perfect combination of sweet berries and chocolate with a crunch so satisfying. It's nuts, cashew nuts, to be exact. Stomach growling yet? Help preserve water with chocolate. We are wild. We are Wild West, and we are here to return chocolates to it, chocolate to its raw and rustic roots, to simpler times when every food was organic and clean water was the only kind. The revere rivers, lakes, and streams as the lifeblood of, or we revere rivers, lakes, and streams as the lifeblood of nature and an essential element of clean plant based ingredients like the ones in our chocolate. That's why we donate a portion of our profit for every sale to the River Management Society to help protect the passion of people who protect North America's wild waters. At MidwestChocolate.com. And it doesn't. I was hoping to see what percentage of cacao they're using in here, but just not seeing it. Yeah, the cashews, I wouldn't call it a crunch. I'd call it a soft nut that's in there that gives you a little different texture other than just chocolate and huckleberry. But personally, you could have left it just huckleberry and chocolate and gave me a bag of cashews on the side that were actually fresh and nice and actually cashew crunchy. But yeah, these aren't bad. Just expect a higher level of cacao on these. I thought they always put the level of cacao on any type of chocolate item. Cacao, cacao. I don't know. Oh well. I figured I'd show you that. And then the other one is Huckleberry Taffy. Nice fun cover with a little bear on it. A little cartoony bear waving at you. This one is from the Huckleberry Patch, by the way, which is an awesome store in Montana. It has little huckleberry bears. It's got huckleberry, uh, all kinds of huckleberry foods and stuff. We got huckleberry pancakes, huckleberry syrups, jellies, all kinds. Huckleberries are awesome. Huckleberries are Montana's delicious hidden treasure, handpicked in our rugged mountain terrain. These sweet tart gems are gathered by hardy folks who trek up winding roads and across broad mountain faces to their secret huckleberry havens. Huckleberries could not be commercially grown. Oh, I didn't know that. That's why you don't see them out in the spectrum like you do blueberries. Huck pickers rarely offer information on their favorite patches because they already share these gifts of nature with Montana's numerous black and grizzly bears. Yeah, we had our own spots to go and find huckleberries. Everybody I knew out in Montana had special spots. But yeah, huckleberrypatch.com if you want to check out all their stuff. But these are really good. It's just a purple huckleberry taffy, and they got a wonderful huckleberry taste, a great taffy texture. I've had so many taffies in the past that are either too gummy or too plasticky. These have that perfect taffy taste for something that's been sitting around. Uh, yeah, I suggest definitely checking those out if you want a nice, powerful punch huckleberry in a fun taffy form. All right, that's it for the food. Now let's see what else we got. My wife's obsessed with these metal pins, and I don't have a problem with it. It'll be great if we ever get a house again and I have a garage that I can really deck out with all my Harley stuff and all my metal tins and all our license plate collection and all that. But yeah, I love these, but I just don't know what to do with them. I'm standing them up back here, but they're blocking off my other stuff, so I started taking them down, and I got to get these piles of comics cataloged this week and out of my way so you can see my background. But we got an awesome Elvira one, Scared Stiff. She's hanging with a black cat there. I just love that imagery with spiderweb background. That is just too cool. Too cool for school. And then back in its protective coating. It's going to be a while before I figure out what I'm going to do with those. And then the other one is another Elvira one. Awesome Elvira horror movie image. Yeah, she's in her own video horror section of the horror video store. But yeah, those are cool. Don't know. She's getting them off Temu. I'm not sure exactly. I gotta set my coffee aside because I think there's going to be a cat jumping up by me. Come here. Come here. Over here. Let me. Come on. Go around. Ah, you stupid cat. Doesn't want to listen to me. Well, I dig this one out. It will mention that Creature Commandos is still holding it up. Still awesome episodes coming out. I can't remember what I think it was focused on all the characters on the last episode. But yeah, they are definitely doing a good job. A little less sex in the later episodes. Some sad death stuff, but oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. Uh, I love my sharks. Of course, I've been obsessed with Jeff the Land Shark for a long time. Everybody's like throwing it in the air. That Marvel Rivals, I think it is, some stupid video game that I haven't checked out yet. Is as you can see, there's maybe you can't see him. There is a cat. A cat attack has to come hang out with us. But yeah, I love my sharks. If you follow all my videos and stuff, you'll know like the comic unboxings and reviews and stuff. I will pick up almost any. There was a couple that I seen in an upcoming claim sale that I'm like, what the hell kind of shark is that? It's upside down and it's just looks triangular. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a robot shark on one of the like world's finest covers or some Superman cover or something like that or Justice League. But yeah, I'll pick up almost any shark one for some reason. Ever since a kid, I was obsessed with sharks and rabbits and ducks. I don't know why. Don't know what started the obsessions. I don't know. Just don't know. Haven't figured that one out yet. But I can relate comic books way back to my childhood with ducks and rabbits in them. Sharks not so much, but sharks and with Jaws and all the wonderful movies I grew up around. Being a kid of the 70s and 80s, we had some fun. Your ear's starting to bug you again, ain't it? We're gonna pull out your eardrops tonight. Yeah, you're gonna hate us again. Yeah, gonna hate me for 3 days. I get that ear better. I don't like when it's bugging you. He's got stupid ear chiggers or worms or I don't know. It's just ear bacteria that gets in there and it doesn't want to get better. But uh, it goes away a little bit. And we get it all nice and clean and then it comes back. Uh, what was I talking about? Sharks. Yeah, Jaws was probably a big part of my childhood, but I was obsessed with anything with water when I was a kid. My parents would have to scream at me and drag me out of the lakes and swimming pools. they sent me to any type of thing that had swimming lessons or the bus ride up to the little bigger towns that had the pools and the parks and stuff where they'd do swimming lessons and stuff. I did YMCA and just everything water, shark, piranha, anything ocean related or anything scuba diving. I would just be obsessed with it when I was younger, and then kind of pulled into the comics too because I just love sharks. I love Jeff the Land Shark. I hate that people are saying, "Oh, he's all popular now," and the comic books went up in price because of Marvel Rivals. Yeah, they might have went up in price now because people are talking about it, but we talked about it on the Crimson Color Comic Club, what, 2 years ago, when Jeff the Land Shark was still digital and coming to print form because he was so popular digitally. And we all bought the comic and did a group review of the first one that came out. We all fell in love with it. I liked Jeff way back in the Gwenpool days. Of course, if you know me and you look at my picture I have up right now for my logo is the unbeatable Squirrel Girl and Tippy Toe. But back then, I think that was after she lost Monkey Joe and X2, and then she was doing some crossovers with Jeff the Land Shark. I loved the character back then. We talked about it all the time. Anthony got the little characters right off the bat, the little action figures. And I had to follow up and pick up whatever I could get my hands on, and just yeah, we loved him. We were obsessed with him. He was obviously so popular that he was one of the first ones that went from the, I don't know, was it Comixology or whatever, the digital print format, and got put into print form because of the popularity. It's just, yeah. But, anyways, I'll shut up about that. Are you sick of hearing that? You're like, just shut up and give me that thing in your hand. I want to eat it. Yeah, you want to eat it, don't you? Keep looking at it. But she got me a little hand crocheted shark. At first, I thought it was a hamster, but it's an emotional support shark. So, always here to remind you you're fantastic. It's cute. At first, I'm like, now what the heck did you buy me? A cat toy? Because she does that too. She'll pick me up cat toys that I gotta hide from the cat. He can't have them because they're too cool looking. Yeah, you want to eat this, don't you? You want to eat the shark? Yeah. You go on, just give me it. You give me it and let me attack it. Yeah. You want to eat that? Yeah. Better not. You'll rip the material apart and have it shredded. All right, this next thing. Well, actually, while I have Lemmy on me, I'm going to take a break from showing stuff and talk some more about shows that we've been watching. Let's see, Netflix. It looks like we watched Adam Sandler's Spaceman. Oh, I watched. So weird. A single spaceman. Adam Sandler's up in space in a ship, hanging out alone, doing some type of exploration for someone. I didn't even really get what he was exploring. It was very weird. It was almost like he was checking out the, not Aurora Borealis, come on, the swirly group of stars up in the atmosphere with all the color and stuff to it. I can't get Aurora Borealis out of my brain. Every time I try and think of it, it's right there, and my brain just instantly says Aurora Borealis. No, it's not a constellation. It's, you know what I'm talking about. It's up in space. My brain is mush from the week. It's been a very Very texting week. But anyways, that movie was very strange. They go off into like this area of the universal atmosphere. I'm trying my damnedest to come up with it. Everybody will put it in the chats. So you dumb bastard, you learned it when you're in second grade. You're like, quit laughing. You're bouncing me all over the place. Uh, but yeah, get my mind off that. But very strange with him. And then I imagined a spider in his ship. I assume it's all imagined. This giant spider that talks to him. And the character was interesting. The whole ship contact was interesting. I just don't know what the heck I watched. Granted, I was working on stuff. Well, I'm always working on stuff while I'm watching stuff, so my brain's in 10 different positions and I ain't paying attention to half of it, so that doesn't help. But there are movies that suck me in that I don't get nothing done. But we checked out Gabriel Iglesias's Legend of Fluffy, his new stand-up. Don't know if you can really call it stand-up or documentary because he does it on the stand-up stage, but he talks about the past how many years as being Fluffy, what he's done, the Fat Five F words. I don't know what the I can't remember what that was and why I have that written down. But yeah, it was good as usual. The Gabriel Iglesias shows are always enjoyable. Not as funny as most of his stand-up stuff. Didn't It wasn't like constant laughing or anything like that. It was more hearing about things from the past and then throwing an old joke from the past out there to get everybody all excited because they heard something that they heard before. And then the other one, I just started. I'll probably talk about it again next week. I'm only 2 episodes in so far, but House of Ninjas. It's a family of ninjas that end up stopping being ninjas, and for some reason, they have to come back out of hiding and be ninjas again. It's got some uh, comedic parts to it, a little bit of drama, a little bit of uh, quite a bit of action in the first 2 episodes. But I like seeing everybody trying to hide their ninjutsuism. And yeah, I'm curious where it's gonna go. I think it's gonna be it'll get a couple seasons at least. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I like all the characters. Uh, and of course, with me doing stuff while I'm watching, there were moments where someone got killed, but it ended up being a dream that they were dreaming. And then there were a couple moments where I wasn't sure if it was a dream. Like, did this character die now? So I gotta keep watching and find out. But yeah, lots of great characters. They're stiff on their ninjutsuism. It's like you're not supposed to date. You're not supposed to eat meat. You don't want people to smell you. You don't want to get in a relationship and have to worry about someone having to be protected and taken care of so they don't get kidnapped and killed because of what you do and all that stuff. But yeah, I suggest checking it out if you like martial arts and comedy. Not heavy on the comedy, but it's got some fun things like the old lady, she'll be sitting out in her on her porch just knitting away, just rocking, being all quiet, and people are saying hi to her, just nodding at him and stuff. And little kid comes through and he's all excited, says hi to his grandma, and then he runs through the house to go sit down, and she's already sitting at the kitchen table, and he's like, "Something's going on here." It's like, "How the hell did you get here?" Well, he didn't say that, but he's like, "How did you get here so quick? You were just over there and down the way." and now you're right here. You're an old lady. You can't move that fast. But yeah, that looks like it's going to be a good, strong show. So if you like something like that, check it out. Fun fact about me: uh, I was a bouncer for quite a few places over. Probably, I'd say I was a bouncer for at least I want to say probably a good 8 years between all the places, but 5 to 8 years if you add them all up. I bounced for concert events. I bounced for bars. I bounced for comedy clubs and stuff like that. I bounced for one dance club in a town about a half hour from me, and one of the other bouncers was this guy that was only, I want to say, 4'5". He is short, and people love trying to mess with him. But he was the other bouncer with me most nights, and he actually studied ninjutsu for a few years. Showed me some pretty cool things. But yeah, it's like you think about it, it's like, well, there's no ninjutsu anymore and stuff. But yeah, you found someone and train with them that believed in the art at least. I mean, you're not gonna find real ninjutsu training, but he was pretty impressive with stuff he could do. And it was always funny watching these biggest guys come up, start crap with him, and I just stand back and just let him escort them out of the building. And if they kept it up, the stuff happened outside if they threw a few punches or something like that. But usually he did a couple things, impressed the girls that were with the guys, or scared the shit out of the guys that didn't have no girls and they're just a bunch of mouthy pricks that had to show up and cause trouble. But yeah, it very rarely ended up with any fisticuffs or anything like that. If you're a good bouncer, you don't have to fight. You can control the situation, and that's what we mainly did. I had situations where I had shotguns stuck in my mouth, in my nose. No, not in my nose, but against my nose, against my cheek. And just had to talk to the idiots and obviously talk them down every time because I'm still sitting here today. But yeah, I've had to talk a lot of people through a lot of stupid things, and I also got hit in the head quite a bit. It's one of the reasons outside of MS causing gum problems and stuff like that, having no teeth anymore. I got complete dentures. Another thing you may not know about me. But yeah, I've been hit in the face with bar stools, baseball bats, pool sticks, fist boots, anything they could find and grab. Yeah, it's chipped and broken things, all kinds of problems. But we don't have to go into that any further. I don't know why I got so far on that rant in the first place. But oh yeah, talking ninjas took me into the bouncing days. Hulu, uh, better stand up. Kyle Kinane's new special. I always like Kyle. He's always very fun to listen to. Listen to him get on his little kicks and stuff. That was a good stand up. So if you like Kyle Kinane, he's got a new one out there. Can't think of the name of it, but just look up Kyle Kinane and any of his specials if you haven't seen them. They're worth watching. Shifting Gears is a new series out there with Tim Allen. It's got some other good people that I really enjoy. Daryl Mitchell. Uh, what is his name? From American Pie, Sean William Scott? That doesn't sound right. I think that might be it. But yeah, he's on there. It's a I like it so far. I only got to see one episode because it just came out on Hulu. So I checked out the first episode. It's basically Tim Allen running a auto customization shop. Him and these guys. Can't think of Sean's name on American Pie either. My brain just doesn't want to wake up this morning. You could go on the floor and clean yourself. You're not going to be able to reach all your spots when you're sitting on me, anyways. You're too fat to reach the other half. Yeah, we porked up for winter again. Had to get our winter coat going, built up. You can't ask that. I mentioned that, I think, last week, where they have a ton of different episodes of different things, like different sexual identities, drug addicts, alcoholics, priests, uh, psychotics. Each episode's about something. They bring on people that have that disease or condition or whatever, and go through it. People that have been abused and all that stuff. Just it's wonderful set of questions they come up with every episode for those things, whether you like those people or don't like those people or don't know anything about the types of people. It's worth checking out. Cool, perfect timing. I can go off the other thing. But yeah, it's a good series, and we noticed that there was two more seasons that we didn't notice, or they just added to it. So there's 4 seasons total that you can check out of that. A lot of good episodes. Yeah, I think that's it for shows. And then this item the wife brought home yesterday from a town friend that had a sale not long ago, and I bought some bobbleheads from them. If you can see it, we got Beetle Bailey and Frankenstein up there. Got those two from him and a couple hockey ones. And yeah, he's cleaning up his area, trying to get rid of some stuff, make room for some stuff. And he stopped at the pharmacy and gave my wife a box full. It's kind of weird that this guy, uh, it's really weird because the number one thing about hockey, other than the puck, number two, the pucks are most identified. I'd say the second most identified thing in hockey is the goalie mask. Well, why doesn't the goalie have a mask? Even if it's removable, he needs a mask. I mean, he's a goalie, and that's the favorite thing that I like. But I do love the positioning of him and the way they got him set up. These are from the. Well, it looked like they were promotional items because that one was from a casino from Rock Island. It's from the chat. I don't want to do this wrong, but they're the Mallards. I got some other ones from the Quad City Mallards. That's it. But yeah, I love how they have all the logos, patches, everything on these characters. This one's done by Genesis Health System. The other one's done by Juno. Looks like Junair's Rock Island Casino. And then there's a third one in here from Sprint. But yeah, the hockey player bobbleheads. So I will give them a good home, of course. Get them wrapped up back here. They're nicely put together, so I won't damage them. Knowing me, I'll screw them up. But yeah, that was a little gift that friend dropped off. Oh no, I'm dropping stuff everywhere. That was cool. And then last thing I think that I'm going to talk about today is, if you haven't heard, Daimond is possibly, or they are, filing for Chapter 11 protection. So whether or not it's bankruptcy, I think it's more of a protective type of thing to keep them in business, but with options to sell out or something like that. I don't know how the Chapter 11 protection all goes, but if you want to learn about it and hear someone talk about it, I think the best place to go is go to Niobe on YouTube. NYOBI. It's a person that makes the Niobe comics for Antarctic Press. He does 2-3 hour long shows just going on about anything that's happening and what's up and in the world and stuff. He's the one that introduced me that started an argument with me a little bit about, not a full argument, but he gets animate on his stuff. He's a Canadian, which you would think would be more common friendly. He's very outspoken, very, when he says something, it's his way or the highway. I like Niobe. I subscribe to him, follow him, listen to him. I just can only go so far when anybody gets on a rant. I can only go deal with it so long listening to him going off on people and stuff. He doesn't go off harsh on people like some people do, but I just don't care to hear the ongoing stuff. But he had people on and they were talking about Chapter 11. He even showed what Ben Dunn said, the creator of Antarctic Press, one of my favorite uh, comic creators from my childhood, uh, and some other people, and they went on it about what it was all about, what was going on, how DC and Marvel in the 90s and DC now over the past couple of years have really affected Daimond, and with DC pulling out, Marvel talking about pulling out, Marvel with their events that happened in like 1996 that affected the business quite a bit. Yeah, they get deep into all that stuff. It's a wonderful talk. So if you want to know more about what's going on with Daimond in the Chapter 11, nobody really knows fully what's going to happen or what's going on. It's just the news is out there. They talk to the lawyers and file certain stuff, and there's things out there because of it. What will happen to the industry? I'm guessing someone will just take over Daimond's position, and we'll have a new organization doing it, but then it might affect the toy aspect of it. The toy part of the whole Daimond industry is in jeopardy. There's words about that, or they might just end up focusing comic based. I mean, honestly, when I go through a catalog, I focus on the comics. I'll thumb through the toys, action figures, trading cards, all that stuff, puzzles, games. Uh, but how often do I buy them? Rarely, because I can go off my longest waiting items. I mean, other than all the shit that got canceled, my Star Wars little metal models and all that stuff that I ordered, all canceled. They came out. They're in stores, but my pre-orders never came through. Never got those. I ordered the Pop Movies Slapshot of the Hansons, the 3 packs of Hanson brothers from the Slapshot movie. Still waiting on those. Rocky Horror Show. I got the wife the Hot Patootie card game. Still waiting on that. I mean, could go through my list and probably find about 5 other items that I haven't gotten yet. But those are 2 that are longest waiting for. Other than all the stuff that got canceled that I was really bummed about. It's like, I don't want to pre-order this shit and then not get it. And then when it comes out in the stores, it's sold out before I realize I'm not getting it. That just sucks. So I personally wouldn't give a shit if a new company came in, took over for Daimond, and just focused on the comics, I think it would be better for the industry. They could focus on that, and you could have someone else take over the game and toys division and do that separately. I think that would make more sense. Bring Marvel, DC, and everybody back together. Get them in the one catalog pre-order grouping type thing, and put the toys and everything else like they did with all the card games and stuff separated, Wizard and stuff separated. It's like all these companies separated, but then they started selling again with Diamond, and it's like I don't know. It's been a rocky road ever since my friend closed his comic shop. Uh, one of my friends closed his comic shop just as there was stuff happening right before COVID with Diamond. There was so many things out there that Diamond's leaving, Diamond's shutting down. We're gonna have to buy through all these independent distributors and all these other distributors separately now, and all this was going on, and it's like, oh, it's like just get rid of the shop. Well, that's not the reason they got rid of the shop, but everything was just getting to a point of, well, what are we gonna have to do? What are we gonna have to go through? And it's just like I treat Diamond like the government. They constantly threaten shutdown, doing the government shutdown, so Social Security and healthcare, all the different programs are going to get cut. The military's not going to get their checks, all that stuff. They threaten it at least once a year or every couple of years, and it's stupid because if you do a shutdown of the country programs and all that stuff, you're going to have chaos start. And you're going to have old people dying because they can't buy their medication or food. And right now, with their Social Security, they're struggling to decide whether to buy food or medication. And a lot of them, I know some, are living on baby food or cat food and canned dog food. I mean, it's just because they can't afford $150, $250 worth of freaking medication and then be able to take their leftover couple $100 and pay their rent and bills and utilities and still try and get some food for the month. It's just so stupid. And the way our government works is just, it's dumb. It's just makes no sense, but that's how Diamond works. They constantly, over the past how many years, they've been threatening that they're going to do this, but now they finally filed for, or they are filing for Chapter 11 protection. I don't know if that's the same as Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but it is a bankruptcy, part of a bankruptcy filing, but I think it's more of a just protecting your butt until you can figure out what you're going to do with the company. And then if they have to, they can file bankruptcy and shut down if they don't find someone to buy out the company or whatever like that, or find a way to make the company stay on its feet. But we've been going almost 45 minutes, so I'm going to shut up now. If you haven't heard about the Diamond's troubles, well, then you're not really listening to much of the comic book community because everybody's been talking about it. I've known about it since, what, Sunday, Monday? And yeah, figured I'd just talk about it at the end of today's show. Because if you don't care about it and you already heard about it, you ain't got to listen to it. But hopefully you already subscribed and liked. Hit those buttons. Hit that thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't like it, but hopefully a thumbs up. Throw a comment out there. I will answer every comment. And yeah, it's always nice to have comments, and maybe someday I'll read some on the show. I should write a few down that are good to uh, represent, but I'm terrible about that. You can always look at my comments on my videos and read them for yourself, and then I don't have to make another show about it. So, keep falling under the color of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club. We got our group reviews. We got our upcoming group previews where we decide what we're each actually going to buy and if we're going to have any more future group reviews that come out of this catalog, which I'm thinking there's one. And yeah, we'll get back to you with more of this goodness almost every day, if not every day, if not multiple times a day. So keep an eye, ear, and nose out, and we'll be back. Bye.